I hope you're good wherever you are in the world. Today, we are off to the cinema. Action. Yeah, I would actually take that off the wall, but I've screwed it pretty well. We're trying out 4 foods from 4 popular films over the years, and in fact, we're gonna finish with one that has intrigued me for ages. Genuinely no spoilers, has actually like haunted me in some ways, but we'll come on to it. I found it, it's awesome. This isn't my first go at movie food. In fact, it won't be my last. Back in 1980, I did a video on how to make chilled monkey brains from the Indiana Jones film, and that was really, really fun indeed. And it's become quite a memento, a little bit sinister though. All right, so our first one is from a film that I still haven't seen, Star Wars. I know, we will do it someday as a watch along, a crowdfund perk, something like that, okay? So on the screen right now is Luke Skywalker drinking blue milk or bantha milk, a nutrient-rich staple across the galaxy, particularly essential for hydration on arid worlds like Tatooine. I hope I pronounced that right. I think in the more recent Star Wars, there was also a green milk, but I think that's pretty much kale. Now, even though I've not seen Star Wars, I seem to know most of the actors. Mark Hamill has actually said this is what it contained.
They took blue food coloring and they have something in a triangular carton called Long Life Milk.
To be fair, that would be really simple for me to get some Long Life milk and some blue food coloring and have that. That would be absolutely fine. However, in Disney World, they actually do their own version, which is a little bit nicer. Now, as someone that hasn't seen Star Wars, when I went to Disney recently, I did actually go into their Star Wars cafe. Here's a clip. I'm not entirely sure what I ordered, but it was blooming tasty, gotta tell you that. And as a non-Star Wars sort of fan, I was walking around the whole theme set and there's Darth Vader chasing Rey and stuff like that. It was pretty interesting. I mean, I think that film's gonna do quite well. Yeah, so we've got Glenda the blender here, and I guess success is if, well, it's blue. I've got pretty low hopes for this, but hopefully this will help weaken it a little bit, because that was passion fruit juice, that was rice milk, and this is coconut milk, and I'm gonna go quite high on this. Well, this needs to be blue, and the base mix needs to be quite white, so I'm putting in about 50 ml than it's saying I should. Yeah, it's from a Disney clone recipe website, foodisafourletterword.com, so I'm just following that. It says to put in some watermelon Jolly Ranchers. I've put in chunks of watermelon, so that might make it red. I've then got some lime juice, so this is going to be tasty. Apparently this is what they serve in Disney. This is some frozen pineapple chunks, so if anything they're going to be slightly yellower. And before we get the food colouring in, this is about 5 ice cubes. I wasn't sure about that. Well, I don't mind it being cold from the pineapple anyway, but effectively this is water, so it should, well, dilute it more to a more paler colour. Yeah, so I don't know about this. I mean, it does look, oh gosh, okay. It does look quite pale actually, doesn't it? All right. Dye this drink blue I am. See, that's the other thing. I've not seen the film, but I do know Yoda references. May the blue food dye be with you and all that. So here we go. A big old puddle of blue food dye. We want it to kind of be, we don't want it to be bright blue. And it would help if I plug it in. Oh my gosh. What was I worried about? That looks incredible. Just remember when I was there, I spent an entire mortgage payment on this like crazy cup, but I can't put it in this. But if I pour it in there, you're not gonna be able to see it. Unlike this. Oh yes. Go on, Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker, Barry Mason jar filler. That's my Star Wars name. That is insane, look at that. Apparently this is produced from female banthas. That means absolutely nothing to me. With that pineapple in there, it really smells like pina colada vibes. Ooh, I've not really had much rice milk before. Can't taste the passion fruit. I was kind of hoping we'd get a little bit like the pineapple shreds in there. Okay, it's quite mild, it's creamy. It's very, very creamy. Yes. I'd probably put some more lime juice in it for a touch more zing, but all in all, that's pretty good. All right, so for our next one, we are gonna get some spaghetti onto boil. So why are we cooking spaghetti?
I love you. Good idea, you call me. I painted a picture of a butterfly.
Yep, so that was Will Ferrell playing Buddy the Elf in the film Elf from 2003. 2003! Wow. As I filmed this 23 years ago. Oh my gosh. Apparently this is on Reddit, so it must be true. When he was filming that scene, they actually filmed it twice because he tried it the first time and was literally sick because it was just so unbelievably sweet. So let's see if I can do it just the once. All right, one thing's for sure from that clip, there are definitely a lot of marshmallows on it. I found a recipe online that insisted there was M&Ms on it. So there we go. Yeah, a nice sort of color variation there. And then it says about some Pop-Tarts. This is some chocolate sauce, maple syrup on top as well. Look at that. But of course, he eats it with his bare hands, so let's do that. Okay, I've literally just put an apron on just in case. Right now, I'm thinking that I possibly should have done the Krabby Patties from SpongeBob. Again, really sorry, not seen a single episode of SpongeBob. And also there was something called Lembas bread from Lord of the Rings. Again, not seen it. I'm the kind of person that kind of, oh gosh. The Pop-Tart's dissolving on my hand. I find a film that I like and I watch it loads of times. Here we go. Oh, that is sweet. Blimey. Why do I like that? You know, we sort of learnt with the MSG, I apologise if there's stuff on my face. We learnt how with MSG it can enhance the sauce with pasta and pasta dilutes it. I'm not saying it's diluted any of the sweetness whatsoever. It's taken the colour off of an M&M. You see that? I definitely had some marshmallow. I definitely had an M&M, so the peanut burst was there. But the overriding flavour, that Pop-Tart was chocolate orange. It tasted like chocolate orange sweet pasta. As the opposite to films that I haven't seen, next up is a film I've probably seen about 30 times.
Vincent, you ever had a Big Kahuna Burger?
Oh yes, there was a temptation to make a Royale with cheese, but we're actually gonna make 2 burgers. So we'll let it play a little bit here, but he says hamburgers, the cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast. And then the chap goes on to say it's a Big Kahuna Burger cheeseburger. Right, so just as he grabs it here, let's just pause it at this. Look at that. That is basically a golden bun burger with cheese dripping out, and it looks like tomato sauce as well, doing a similar sort of cheese droop. It's almost like the chap said before, it's a cheeseburger, but look, as he bites it, if I pause it here, the sauce is gone. It looks like there's some sort of lettuce sticking out the side. We all know how movie props work. There was probably about 50 different variations that it kept doing. That is 100% a different burger. Yeah, so in this bowl is, as I'm being watched very carefully by Samuel L. Jackson, 50-50 ratio of pork and beef mince. It's got a little bit of salt and pepper seasoning in it, okay? Hopefully we can get 2 patties out of this once it's nice and mixed together. Yeah, so the only thing I can see is it's quite a thin burger. That should shrink back. I've toasted some buns, some nice sort of buttery ones. Got some of that cheap bright cheese, and I'm almost certain there was lettuce on that second shot when he's got it in his mouth. Look, I'm not seeing things, am I? Look, it's right there. And that almost looks like mayonnaise. Yeah, so all those ingredients along with ketchup from that hero shot, that main one that we paused on, I think is what is in that. I think it might just be a beef burger as well. This is beef and pork based on our second recipe, as you'll see in a minute. This is a tasty burger. Do you know what? I think I'll be really happy with this. All right, sweat that cheese on there. All right, beautiful. That cheese has done an absolute dream there. Look at that. There is no way I'm gonna need that much lettuce, but it's almost like there's a huge island of the tomato sauce on it. It's like when I went to Harry Potter World, and I have done a butterbeer recipe actually with Phoebe, how they had like prop ones, like they had the really nice ones up close for the film, but then when they were actually like swinging them around, they were like plastic. Again, another films I've not seen, but I've actually been to like where it all is. Look, there we go. See, that is what I think it looked like as he went to grab it. Yeah, well, when he's actually eating it, that's another story, but it's that kind of grab where he pushes it all through and it's all sort of squidged. This almost looks slightly too nice. I just feel like I should have a Sprite with it. Was it a Sprite? I think it was. That's absolutely brilliant. That is gonna take some beating. Now, the reason we just did that prop burger, which I think is what it is, when I Googled the Pulp Fiction recipe, this first result came up as tasting table. It's got some amazing reviews. And to be honest, I don't know how legit that is, especially compared to the scene that we've already seen. I mean, it sounds very, very posh. I don't know how Kahuna-y it's gonna be. I'm willing to risk it all to find out. I just wish I had a $5 shake to wash it down. So like before, it's the same mix of beef and pork mince, oregano, garlic, and onion powder. I don't know, you know, most fast food places don't tend to go to this level of effort for their patties. But as we build it, this is quite a nice sounding burger. We'll get our herby patty going, but also, I've got 2 there. We only need 1. Kind of perks of the job, right? I'll have a little bit off camera. I guess going with like the Kahuna theme, pineapple in the burger. That is possibly up there with one of my favorite things. Yeah, so this one's just a bit posher, really. Yeah, we've got a red onion that we're just cutting down the middle, just to get a couple of rings, really. The rocket salad. Is it arugula? Arugula. And some nice mozzarella slices. Oh, all right. Oh, I love griddled pineapple, and what we spread on the buns as well. Oh, mozzarella slice. There's no way it's this. I think we've already cloned the movie prop, but when I saw it, I was like, we've got to try it. Yep, it's 100% not the same thing because it says to put 2 patties in it, which I'm not going to do. One, because there's definitely not 2 in the movie, and the other reason I've just basically had a burger and a mountain of spaghetti covered in quite a lot of sweets. Barbecue sauce. Okay, this is my dream. I love barbecue sauce. We then put on the rocket, one of Elton John's favourite ingredients, because he's a rocket man. Yeah, it's quite a niche joke. I've got to say it. Mozzarella. It's like clung to the burger. Now a pineapple ring. This is literally my favourite things. And rightly or wrongly, oh, can we get it a bit like that? A little bracelet. Calm down, Barry. I can't calm down, folks. You know why? On this other bun, the toasted side, not barbecue sauce, some sweet chili jam. Oh my word, get on there. Now, apparently that is a Kahuna Burger. I don't know if it is, but I think I'm gonna bloomin' love this. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh. I have been fed well today, and we've still got one more. Yes, we have, haven't we, Sydney? Sydney. I can't do the voice, sorry. It'll make sense in a minute. That tastes absolutely out of this world. Oh my word. I love all the colours like ripping through that grilled pineapple. You've got that caramelised sweetness from it, working with the chili jam, but then that little sort of tang of the barbecue sauce, the mellow like crispiness of the rocket.
Now, go off and save the world.
Thank you, Elton. The warmth and flavour of the patty, the sort of comfortness of the mozzarella, and actually the bun as well. It's just tender and mellowing it all out and binding it all together into this absolutely delicious bite. I didn't really get much of the onion. No, maybe the crunch. That is up there with one of the nicest burgers I have ever had. Now this has been bugging me for absolute years. The 1996 film Scream with Drew Barrymore. I've seen that film a couple of times, but for the life of me, I still couldn't work out how she was making that popcorn.
What's yours?
Yeah, we all know how that scene ends up, but it turns out that thing she's cooking the popcorn in is called a Jiffy Pop.
Jiffy Pop popcorn pops right in its own pan. It's the magic treat that's fun to make and fun to eat.
It's great! Blackstone's gone!
That was just one of many very interesting, shall we say, Jiffy Pop adverts that I could have used. But I tell you what, for the sum of 20 English pounds, I have got one shipped to my address. Yes, behold the Jiffy Pop in its superhero-themed packaging. I can hear like 2 kernels in there, which to be fair, knowing popcorn, that might be enough. Yeah, it says to open, gently lift this tab and pull along the dotted line. Now, I don't know about this, like, it doesn't feel too metally. Perhaps we actually end up taking this bit off. To gently lift this tab, okay, can we, oh, there it is, okay. Okay, have I gone too gentle? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Do not remove this tab. Follow all directions and then the instructions. I apologize to anyone like in America or maybe Canada as well, because you're probably like, what the heck? But honestly, oh, wow, it's going to puff up like a balloon. You can't get these in the UK. And it's genuinely been bugging me. I was going to do a video just on this.
Do not puncture or tamper with the swirled aluminium foil. During popping, hold firmly but do not squeeze the handle of the pan. Gas, range or camp stove, set flame at medium. Place the pan on the burner. When sizzling sound is heard, continuously shake the pan in very fast circular and back and forth motions until foil is expanded.
So just like normal popcorn making, when the sounds almost stop, take it off the heat. Popcorn will scorch if left on the burner. Well, we don't want to do that. Carefully open with a fork to release hot steam, serve and enjoy. This is why I still do this after all these years. The world of food, even films like today, it just makes you like learn stuff, rightly or wrongly. Come on. Okay, like a medium heat. And the good thing is, if this fails, I do actually have another one. Yeah, because that bottom of it, I don't know if that's heat proof, you know, that black part. We'll just go with it. Oh no, it's doing it. We would know by now. Oh my gosh, the difference in noise there. Yeah, there is a tiny hole for the steam to come out. I can see the foil starting to move, but we've not got that dome yet. Oh my gosh. Is that popping already? That must be laced in butter. The English version. Hello, do you like scary movies? Yeah, this is definitely from America. I can smell the butter. I'll never forget when I went to the cinema over there and you guys have like those butter pumps. Oh my gosh. What the? All right, that's enough. Oh my gosh. Right, we'll put it there. That's amazing. I'm sorry, but that was exceptionally fun. So this hole here, I guess we do just, oh, hello. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely loaded. Oh, it's quite cool actually to touch. Oh wow. Like, how does that still exist and not be like everywhere? Like, that's amazing. Oh, that's a lot of butter. Blimey. That is so cool. That is so fun. It was quick. It was fairly safe. We need these in every English supermarket, like, immediately. I feel like if any of you guys know, like, the CEO of Jiffy Pop, get them to message me and we'll sort something out, okay? Because this is brilliant. Hang on a sec. I want to check something. I want to see how efficient this thing is. Ooh, okay. A few kernels at the bottom. Like, not a massive amount, but you get an absolute mountain of popcorn in there. In conclusion, I'm actually not sure if I have a favourite today. Those burgers were fantastic. The spaghetti, which I thought would be the most bizarre, was actually kind of nice. This blue drink, when it settles, you do have to shake it up a little bit. I've done that a few times because it just goes proper murky. Yeah, actually, to be fair, I think out of the lot, it's the one that needs a bit more work. But that Jiffy Pop has completely blown my mind. I wasn't actually meant to do this video. I was supposed to be doing something called potato, but that's another story. And I've had some fun today, because what I liked was it wasn't just like necessarily recipes, it was like tasting things from films, which opens up quite a lot of different things. The irony being, we've talked about movies and we've made popcorn, but there's so many more I could do. And like I say, years ago I did do this, and I think the $5 shake as well. But I like that idea of like tapping into things that you just necessarily see and then you have to assume, like understand what it is. And that's why we kind of did those 2 burgers. If you have enjoyed this, you want to suggest other ideas, leave a comment down below or actually get in touch using my link tree on your social media platform of choice. I'm kind of everywhere. Of course, not all at the same time, but if you scan the QR code on the screen right now, that will take you to the link tree so you can pick your favorite one of choice, and maybe I'll see you there. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you later.